My friend, welcome back to the Healthy Body Calm Mind channel. Today, I want to talk with you about something very important. 11 foods that, if you are living with high blood pressure, you really should stay away from. I have worked with hundreds of patients over 50 years old, and one thing I have learned is this: high blood pressure does not come in just one day. It is built up from the meals we eat every single day. One spoon of salt, one piece of fatty meat, one cup of strong coffee. They may seem small, but over the years they add up and become a heavy burden on the heart. I want you to hear this story. One of my patients, Robert, 62 years old, used to think that taking medicine was enough. But he still ate canned food, still loved pizza and sausage. The result was that only a few years later, he had to be hospitalized for a hypertensive crisis. Just a few hours later, and he might not have been here to talk to me. He told me, "I wish I had listened to my doctor earlier." That's why today, I will go with you through each type of food, explain clearly why they are dangerous, and more importantly, help you build confidence to remove them from your daily meals. Salt is the silent enemy of people with high blood pressure. In salt, there is sodium, and sodium has the ability to hold water in the body. When water is retained, the amount of blood in the vessels increases, and the heart has to work harder to pump it. Imagine, it's like you pump water into a rubber tube. The more water, the more the tube stretches. Your arteries are the same, and the result is higher blood pressure. Not only that, salt also stiffens the vessel walls, and over time can cause atherosclerosis. Salty dishes, bacon, pickled vegetables, instant noodles. They may taste good, but for the heart, they are a burden. However, sodium still plays a very important role. It helps maintain plasma volume, regulates blood glucose levels, and supports muscle activity, including the heart muscle. Most importantly, sodium is essential for nerve impulse transmission and many other vital functions in the body. Therefore, while it is necessary to reduce daily salt intake, it should not be lowered below the amount the body needs to function properly. For individuals with high blood pressure or heart disease, it is best to consult with a physician to determine the most appropriate diet. Cakes, sodas, dried fruit, packaged juices. Those foods are all too familiar, right? But sugar is just as dangerous. Refined sugar causes weight gain, obesity, and when fat builds up, especially around the belly, it makes blood vessels less flexible. In addition, sugar raises triglycerides, a kind of blood fat, which speeds up atherosclerosis. I once met a patient who always started her morning with pastries and sweet coffee. When tested, her blood fat was very high, and her blood pressure was always over 150. When she cut down on sugar, just 3 months later, her results improved clearly. But not only sugar and salt, fatty meats and animal organs are also silent triggers. Fatty meat is full of saturated fat. Organs like heart, liver, kidneys are rich in cholesterol. These two are the main ingredients that create plaque, sticking to artery walls, making them thick and stiff. Not only that, organ meats are very high in purines, which can cause gout. And to make things worse, many people like to cook these foods by frying. Every time you fry, oils change and produce bad fats. These not only cause obesity, but also increase inflammation in the body. And inflammation is the spark for heart disease. A piece of crispy fried chicken may taste good, but it's like a calorie bomb and saturated fat for your heart. And if you think, what if I eat fast food just once in a while? That is another trap. Pizza, hamburgers, French fries, they all contain lots of salt, hidden sugar, and bad fats. Fast food is designed to taste good and be convenient, but health pays the price. In fact, many of my patients never realize that one fast food meal can contain 2 to 3 times the daily sodium needs. Similarly, ready-made processed foods that we buy just for convenience are also culprits. Sausages, cold cuts, deli meats, instant noodles. Do you know why they last so long? Because they are full of salt, saturated fats, and additives. They raise blood pressure and cause chronic inflammation in the body. And when your daily diet is already full of salt, fat, and sugar, if you also add caffeine, the result is even worse. Caffeine stimulates the nervous system, makes the heart beat faster and blood vessels constrict, causing a sudden rise in blood pressure. Some people say, I only drink a small cup. But if you already have high blood pressure, even one strong cup of coffee is enough to make it spike. Similarly to caffeine, alcohol is another double-edged sword that many people take lightly. A little wine can be good for blood vessels, but once you go beyond the limit, alcohol turns into poison. It raises heart rate, causes arrhythmia, damages the liver, and especially makes blood pressure uncontrollable. One patient once told me, "Doctor, I only drink beer when I'm with friends." But that just occasionally is added up was exactly why his blood pressure was always higher than the safe level. Besides alcohol, some foods that seem harmless, like chili, pepper, mustard, can also affect blood pressure. Chili, pepper, mustard, by themselves they are not toxic, but when eaten a lot, they stimulate the sympathetic nervous system, make the heart beat faster, and blood pressure rise temporarily. Especially for people with weak stomachs or heart conditions, spicy food causes stress for the body, indirectly making blood pressure worse. But the danger does not stop there. In today's modern industrial world, we also face another hidden enemy, trans fats. Cookies, snacks, margarine, long-shelf packaged foods, they often contain trans fats, the most dangerous kind of fat. It not only raises bad cholesterol, but also lowers good cholesterol, quickly damaging blood vessels. Many studies have shown that even a small amount of trans fat is enough to increase the risk of heart disease. And finally, we cannot forget sodas and carbonated drinks, something many people think of as harmless refreshment. Soda and soft drinks are familiar friends at many fast food meals. But behind that sweet taste is a massive amount of sugar. They cause weight gain, insulin resistance, and of course, push blood pressure higher. You see, these 11 foods are not unfamiliar. They are right in your kitchen, in convenience stores, in the restaurants you visit every day. And because they are so familiar, they are even more dangerous than we think. I don't expect you to change everything overnight, but I want you to start today. Cut them out step by step. Ask yourself, is this piece of fatty meat, this soda, really worth trading for my health, my heart, and the peaceful years after 50? I believe that when you understand the reason, you will have more strength to choose. Because in the end, health is the greatest gift we can give ourselves. If you find this video helpful, please like, subscribe to the channel to receive updates early, and share it with friends and family. Goodbye and see you again.